Hello, good morning, Baltimore. This is Avivas Avocados, coming to you live from Larchmont, New York. This is a cooking show and also a double entendre for my avocados, or lack thereof. Anyway, we're going to be making an avocado omelet this morning. First step is to gather your ingredients. We have the avocado. I consider it a very important fruit. My favorite. This is unfortunately an East Coast avocado. You can see it is green and hard, kind of sad looking. It's from Trader Joe's, but it's quarantine, so we do what we will. We're gonna get the eggs out of the fridge. I'm gonna crack them. I always have 4 eggs because it's like it's like a box, like 4 corners. Very round and it symbolizes wholeness. It's a really good start to the morning, like a sanctity of these eggs. Anyway, I'm gonna crack these. Continue narrating. Because once you feel the whole like going crazy thing, like in quarantine, you're like, oh, I'm talking to myself, kind of, even though there's a camera going, you just can't stop it. So we're gonna keep narrating. Look at this egg, it's cracked. It's a very satisfying, very spiritual feeling when you see the yolk coming out of the eggshell. Another good cooking tip is to always make sure that you're aware of when you're being ironic and when you're not. I always try to be delicate with my eggs. I don't think it makes a difference, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something important. That's 4. And we're gonna season it. Oh! This is a very important moment. Eggshell deposited into the eggs. Very important that you catch this early. Otherwise, the eggshell will end up in your stomach and you'll grow an eggplant in your stomach. It's actually a very little known fact that eggs are vegan. They come from eggplants. Chickens are usually raised to make watermelons, and now I'm out of eggs, so I guess I put this in the recycling. And then we're gonna put these little babies in the compost. Lost another shell. There we go, and the compost is almost full, so we're gonna have to take that out today. But it's not like I have anything else to do, so it is quarantine. This isn't just your ordinary quarantine, this is New York State quarantine, so I'm not allowed outside of the property. Alright, so now we have salt and pepper. I'm gonna get as many spices as I can find. We have I think this is good for a start. We have, in addition to our salt and pepper, some Italian seasoning. I don't actually know what's in this, but it says it's good on lasagna. And French thyme from Trader Joe's. And we have an unmarked bottle of mystery spice. But I've been having this in my eggs, and it's quite good. So we're gonna just sprinkle it on. You can do this in any order you like, but I usually start with the spices. Give my life some spice. Make my eggs more green. Now I know a lot of you have probably come for the avocado, but gotta be patient. That part comes later. Now avocados I consider very, very near and dear to my heart. Because I actually had the honor of meeting Geralda, the great witch of the avocado. And her whole deal was that she was very kind and generous, very kind and generous one, but she loved to steal avocados. She actually caused an avocado shortage. And people loved her so much that they didn't really care about the avocado shortage until eventually, obviously, they started to run out of avocados. And the people got so desperate that this one woman ended up going to Geralda's house with a pitchfork and demanding an avocado. And Geralda didn't know what to do, so she turned this woman into an avocado. When Geralda saw that avocado, she couldn't help herself. You know, she just chopped it on it. I think we forgot the salt and pepper. So I had some of that. But yeah, Geralda was so guilt-ridden that she moved to the East Coast, where all they have are these sad little avocados that don't inspire fear and hatred and the heart of witches. But it was so hard for her to go this long without an avocado. That was a little bit too much pepper. That she started turning into an avocado. And every morning when she woke up, her skin would be a little bit greener and a little bit lumpier. And her heart would be smaller. It was kind of getting like an avocado pit, you know? So this was a big problem for her. So she eventually had to move back to California, go back to stealing avocados, but same thing happened again. She turned quite a few people into avocados, and you know, the rest is history. She ran away. Who knows where she is now? Maybe she's still an avocado. I've chosen this green shirt in her honor. This was the color that her shirt always was. So, oh, I have forgotten to preheat the pan, so I'm gonna do that now. It's very satisfying to hear the crackle of the pan lighting. Really good. Really a highlight of my quarantine. And now we're gonna have to chop this avocado. So we get a cutting board for that. We have a knife. And always remember to practice proper knife safety techniques, because you don't want to end up with a thumb or a finger on your eggs. We're gonna chop this. Okay, now this part, I have known people to eat avocados like apples, but they were not intended to do so. Because if this ends up in your stomach, it'll start replacing your eyeballs within a couple days. Then instead of eyeballs, you'll have avocado bits for eyes. Okay, so this is gonna go in the compost. I don't know if like scraping it with the compost dulls the knife, but never had any problems. So now we're gonna, the avocado is ready to go. You can see it. Even though it's an East Coast avocado, it's still got beauty. Just gonna let you admire that for a second. I wouldn't actually mind if these replaced my eyes. And till the end of my days, all I could see was avocado. I'd be perfectly happy with that. Alright, so olive oil. Until I was maybe 17 years old, I thought that this was what powered cars. And I also thought it was bad for the environment. But now that I know that it's not, they don't drill for this in the Arctic, I put it in my pan. Alright, so now it's the moment that you've all been waiting for. Remove this camera so you can see a little bit better. magic. I'm going to scrape delicately. Oh! No, I almost left an avocado. Super important to, here we go. You can hear that sizzle, that's the sound of God's breakfast. Alright, now time for the next avocado, huh? That was the most important part. Unfortunately, the rest is going to be a little bit anticlimactic. We're going to mash this baby up. You can see that when you chop the avocado into smaller pieces, it is still an avocado. You could actually chop it into the smallest piece possible, and it's still an avocado. And yeah, I don't know if it takes a while, but better safe than sorry, as Rob always said. So now we pour in the egg mixture. We're just going to wait for that to sizzle a little bit. In the meantime, you know, unlike Harada, I do not need these rinds. So there's compost, which is very full. Then what else? We might have some pepper jack cheese on that. And I think a tortilla. Every morning in quarantine I've been thinking it will be the morning to make something adventurous that I don't eat every day. Like beans or something or salsa. But I have yet to muster up the energy to actually put the beans that are already made in the fridge into the microwave. To eat my eggs. I've been eating the same thing, but it's tasty. I'm gonna flip it. Do you hear that? The sound of the eggs turning over. The eggplant seeds that would have grown into an eggplant curdling in extreme heat. If you cook eggs at just the right temperature, you can make them purple. I would do that here on the show, but unfortunately it is not avocado themed. Oh, you hear that? That's the sound of microwave. You know, microwaves work because there's somebody in there rubbing two sticks together to heat everything up really, really fast. So that was not meant to be like a sexual euphemism. Nor am I sure that would like it. The bottom line is, forgive me if I don't make any sense, it's been quite a few days of isolation. I'm going to use the grater. This thing is really, it's great. I don't know if you see what I mean. We're going to take a whole hunk of Trader Joe's pepper jack cheese and grate it on over the eggs. Grate. Normally it doesn't take me 15 minutes to make my breakfast. That's show business, I suppose. It's not like I have anything else to do with my time. And this is really coming together. We are almost ready for the last stage. I'm not actually going to perform the last stage on screen because it's a very powerful, mighty ritual. Use this an herb. It was only found at Trader Joe's. It's very near and dear to my heart. Turn this off. And reveal the final stage in any meal, be it oatmeal, eggs, salsa, tacos, eggplant is Trader Joe's, everything with a bagel. Bagel, sesame, seasoning blend. I was not paid to say this, and it is truly amazing. Thank you for joining me on Avivas Avocados cooking show in double entendre. I will see you if I ever do this show again.